Cursed Golden Land. There once was a gem of profound wisdom. The Philosopher's Stone was the ultimate aspiration of alchemists, the zenith of their ambitions. Once upon a time, many moons ago, famed alchemists from various lands gathered on a desolate island. There, they began studying the stone. Decoding ancient manuscripts, they sought its secrets. The ingredients were mercury, sulfur, salt, and the corpses of animals. But gradually, the focus shifted from the lifeless to the living. Domestic animals like cattle and pigs, even wild creatures of all kinds, were given up in sacrifice. And as a result, they finally managed to create what they believed to be the core of the Philosopher's Stone. They rejoiced, believing they'd taken the first step. But that elation was fleeting. Their progress stalled, leaving them bewildered. Why does further progress elude us? We have all the ingredients. The incantations were spoken correctly. The rituals performed without error. Days of unyielding rituals and sacrifices passed, yet the stone remained unchanged. Then one day, a human corpse was washed ashore, on the edge of the alchemist's island. The Philosopher's Stone had long been silent, yet those washed-up human remains. Deep down, the alchemists knew what the stone required, a dreadful possibility they'd pushed to the recesses of their minds. The thought of using humans in the crafting of the Philosopher's Stone. That would be an act that would doom them as heretics. But their desires overpowered their restraint. Soon, after offering the body, the stone started pulsing faintly. The alchemists were ecstatic at this incredible achievement. Little did they know, the corpse still held a breath of life. From that moment, the Philosopher's Stone began its metamorphosis. They went further, sacrificing slaves and criminals, until they successfully created an object known as the Dark Eldlich's. The Eldlich's hunger knew no bounds. From slaves to commoners to nobility, all were consumed. Day after day, human lives were offered, and the stone began to radiate a blinding white light. The alchemists, now completely under its thrall, offered up lives without hesitation, feeding the Eldlich's insatiable hunger. Absorbing the essence of human life, the stone, stained a deep crimson hue, finally awakened. The unleashed power of the Eldlich's spread curses born from human desires for life, wealth, and might. Soon, it transformed its surroundings into gold in a ploy to obtain more offerings. Whispers of a golden land soon began circulating among sailors. The legend spread to neighboring realms, and treasure seekers flocked to the island, lured by the promises of riches. Little did they realize that they were simply moths drawn to the Eldlich's flame. Amidst a raging storm, I saw an island shining brilliantly. From the accounts of astounded sailors, tales of the Golden Island spread. From pirates who heard the rumors to conquering armies from distant seas. The curse of the Eldlich's indiscriminately poured onto all living things. Gold, as they say, is forever. Due to the curse of the Eldlich's, bodies do not decay, instead turning into mindless undead. Many humans were sent to the island to bring back its glorious treasures, never to return. Over time, the island became a fairy tale spoken of in taverns, often called the City of No Return, or Cursed Eldland. Once again, a new group of soon-to-be victims landed on the island. Scholars from a distant kingdom had been sent to investigate the island, with mercenaries to protect them. But among the mercenaries, one man was unlike the others. He was quiet and reserved, but had formidable strength, and in his eyes gleamed an unshakable will. He battled the beasts of the island, and the wretched and cursed undead. Relentlessly, silently he pressed forward, cutting each of them down. When he finally reached the castle gates and looked back, no one else remained. Were they swallowed by the curse of the gold? Perhaps he himself had unknowingly cut them down after they had turned into undead. He no longer had employers to protect. Nevertheless, he entered the castle. Inside, there was no sign of life. In the basement, he found a magical red stone, floating menacingly in the air. Although he had no knowledge of alchemy, he understood just by looking at it that it was the source of the island's curse. He reached out and touched the stone. Suddenly, he heard the screams of the thousands of souls it had absorbed. No, I don't want to die. I hate them all, every single human alive. Gold! Look at all that gold! Money, money, money! Yet, even when exposed to these desires, his soul did not waver. With his strong ego, he released the immense greed that he had kept hidden, and swallowed the malevolent desires whole. On that day, Eldlich, the Golden Lord, was born into this world. It makes one wonder why there was a throne in an ownerless castle. Perhaps the Eldlicher itself had long intended such a human to visit the island one day. Now, the new ruler of the Golden Land sat upon the throne as if it had been his all along. How much time has passed since he first sat there? For the unwavering Golden Lord, the concept of time is meaningless. People hearing rumors of the Golden Land continued to visit the island, and all were sacrificed to the Eldlicher. The Golden Lord desired more. More power, more wealth, and more life. More wars, more victories, and more desires. As if answering the roar of his soul, the Eldlicher shone mysteriously. The Golden Lord, with all of Eldland's dark power concentrated within him, became a mad demon king, and began to expand his reach to the outside world. People are still unaware of the peril that approaches, cloaked in glittering gold.